Listen, you got what it takes once you get access to the tool to beat the professor of what we thought was being done at BG Web sharing. What do I mean? Well, 1.2% a day was a goal, but many people are doing that, at a high level every single day inside of the community that I want you to get access to, that gives you a skill set and then ultimately makes you an asset. That being said, I'm doing a playback on a chart and the signal that fired off and what happened after that in terms of how the signals work. Now, it is a good idea to pay attention to the charts at specific times of the day, which that guidance is being provided as well once you get access to the community. But also paying attention to it at times of the day throughout the day, just so you can be learning and studying, because you may stumble upon an opportunity to place a buy or a sell. And then if you use our 4-point check system, which I put at the end of this video, then you'll know when it's an A+ setup. And if it's only 3 out of the 4 from the A+ setup, then you'll know when you need to set up you'll know when you need to take profits instead. And I broke that down in other videos as well. But if you're brand new to the channel, I'm new to trading, so I'm learning the lingo, but also empowering people to position themselves as a newbie trader, even if you don't know all of the terminology and don't know how to read the charts and the bear flag, the bullish flag, the spinning top, all of these different things. You can still position yourself to look at 1, 2, 3, 4 things and position yourself to know when to buy and or sell. And then if you see 3 of those 4 things, specific 3, you can position yourself to know when to buy or sell. And if you can do those things, you can be a profitable trader. And that's what it's all about, figuring out what's the lowest barrier to entry in terms of a person learning how to trade and having some guidance and some tools and some processes that can help them be a profitable trader. And I believe I found it. And as I learn, and even though I trade in demo accounts and I'm doing different playback videos to you, it's really to let you know that you can do it. Because a lot of times what keeps a person from trading is the fear of the ability to be able to do it. They're automatically thinking that this is something that they can't do. That's for them. That's for them to understand. I don't get those things. Well, trading is mainly pattern recognition. We was learning pattern recognition as a youngin'. We just didn't take it to that level in many cases. They'll show you a square, a triangle, a square, a triangle, a square, a triangle. And then they'll ask you, what shape do you think comes next? You'll be like, square. That's pattern recognition. Well, there's levels to pattern recognition. And if you see things a certain amount of time over and over, then those things are likely to happen because it's based on human emotion. And human emotion is pretty recognizable and it runs in patterns. That's what trading is. And when you understand that, then you're like, oh, pattern recognition. These things happen every so often. That's a combination of things that makes it to where it's not so clear cut as square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle. However, when certain things show up and you're patient enough to wait for the things to show up to be what you're looking for, then it happens throughout the day in the market, and sometimes multiple times a day in the market. And that's where your money is made. I think that makes sense. Let's look at the charts so you can see the things that, triggered in order to see if it would have been a good profitable trade if you had access to the tool. If you want access to the tool, link down below. You just click it, get access. Salute to those who've been tapping in. It also has a bot option, meaning that it has a bot that trades for you, so that way you can be earning while you learn, and then knowing when and when not to have the bot turned on, because there's certain times that you want to turn it on and turn it off. Is yours. You control it. So don't look at this as like somebody's feeding you. No, you control these things based on what you're learning, and based on what you're learning, now you're understanding when and why the bot is doing what it's doing, so you can position yourself for profits at the end of the day. But also, do not escape you understanding the manual trades, similar to what I'm about to show. Reason being, that's where the magic happens. You having a skill set that makes you the asset, that makes you the person who knows how to fish for themselves, giving you that skill set. And that's something nobody can take from you. And that's what I want. People who understand that skill set positions you to not have to wait for the next company compensation plan thing that's going to tell you it's doing the trades for you, and you relying and depending on it, and you're thinking it's a bot, but it's really not, when you could have been that person and just use certain tools and strategies and signals to do exceedingly better than any other professor or seemingly bot. Let's get into the charts.
So here's a chart that I'm going to replay just to see how it plays out and the opportunity that may present itself as it relates to a buy or a sell trade. If an opportunity presents itself, great. If it doesn't, great. You just wait. And that's the name of the game. Patience is key. And then knowing what time frames are likely to be opportunities is key as well. And then sometimes it'll be some people in the groups winning and you'll be like, dang, how did I miss that? Or how do I know? And that's what asking questions is all about. So you'll be in a community of people who will be able to let you know, hey, these are the time frames that I look at, etc. So if you want access to that system to help you know what checkpoints to look for, then the link will be available down below, because you got to understand the transfer of wealth is happening. You just got to ask yourself, am I on the right side of it? So let's look at the details of how the chart unfolds. It may be playing a little bit faster, but let's see. And I know it's a lot of stuff on the screen. All of those things mean something. You don't have to worry about it now. All of it play a significant role in terms of where price could go. But I don't want to confuse you. I want to keep it simple. I want us to be looking at the daily bias. If we get a signal, do we have momentum, and do the bars match? And I may speed it up just a little bit. Well, I think it's moving pretty decent. So let's see. We're looking for those 4 things. And if those 4 things line up, we're good to go. So we're starting to get some red here as saying that the trend is, in the downward direction. So that's one thing. Right now, still showing the daily bias of bullish. Oh, it just went to neutral. That's, possibility of potential that it can convert to bearish. Then we'll have 2 out of the 4 metric. Boom. Hold on. Let me pause it right there. So it went neutral. We got a confirmed sell. And we got some momentum. The only problem here is that it isn't showing bearish. Even though it went from neutral, it's not currently showing bearish. So had it been showing bearish, I would have said, hey, automatically place the trade and then see what happens and go from there. Because as you can see, it got a confirmed sell signal. Red momentum meaning money in the market. Red bars down here mean it's starting to trend in the downward direction. They've already given us a take profit area. And then the stop loss is right here, if you can see it. That's the stop loss. So they've already put those things in place. Now, this is a paper trading account. So sometimes it's okay to test out and see, oh, when I did this, even though it said this worked or this worked. So test out certain things so you can find your flow in your strategy. Test out different time frames. If you don't want to be in the 2 minute, that 2 minute was recommended to me, then you don't have to be. But test out different things to see what works for you. But this right here, then bullish versus bearish, is the only reason why I'm going to sag back and just wait and see what happens. Although all the other metrics align. Signal, momentum, and the red bars here. It's just the daily bias says bullish. So that's another thing you'll have to learn, because there's certain things that if you know how to read the charts, you'll know, it's still a good opportunity for me to buy it because it bounced off this line or this moving average, so those are things I'll get better at together. But I just want to paint a picture of what you're looking for. You're looking for daily bias, confirmation of a buy or sell, depending on, what you're looking for, the direction that, is heading in terms of the trend down here towards the bottom, and you're looking for some momentum, simply put. But let's see what happens. Because my question would be, if I was to enter a trade right now, would I have been in profit? And as of now, I would have been in profit because it is actually going down. Boom. Now, let me. So I accidentally hit the wrong pause. I paused the video when I meant to pause the actual chart itself. So I said some stuff that didn't get recorded. But long story short, I'm about to hit play, and and we're gonna play it all out. So it got to the point where it showed the confirmed sell and it showed the red candles. So I'm playing some of that back just so we can see what really happened and took place. And then I'll pause periodically. So as you can see up here, switch to neutral, meaning that something is changing about the market. It's kind of fluctuating between bullish and neutral at the moment. Boom, we got the confirmed sell, but it's showing bullish. We got momentum. We got the trend, but it's showing bullish. So it doesn't give us the 4.8+ setup system to take action. Now, I'm going to pause it and want you to look at it. It just switched from bullish to neutral. Now, of course, it will be moving slower than this, but if you look at, let's see if I can move this. So the take profit is down here. So it hasn't reached the take profit. We still got red trend. We still got green momentum. It's neutral. This is what you want to be looking at. Is it going to switch to bearish? Because we got a sell signal. We got the other two metrics being met. If it switches to bearish, hit buy, because that gives you that A+ that you're looking for. Right now it's staying neutral, but since it switched from bullish to neutral, it could be some opportunity brewing. And that's what you want to pay attention to and catch it if you can. All right, let's hit play. Because based on when it says sell, you would have been in profit right here because it has gone down some, but let's keep looking. Pause. All right, so I caught it this time. So it dropped heavily. It's a nice drop. If you would have sold right here, you would have been in a stronger profit. However, it was showing bullish at first. But what I want you to see is it switched to bearish. So now, if we can count to 4, we can do this. I'm kidding, but I'm serious at the same time because I don't want you to get caught up in what you don't know. But I know for sure you can just pay attention to what I'm looking at. We got a bearish daily bias. We did get a sell signal. It did happen, a few ticks before, but we got a sell signal. We got the trend to match the daily bias, so red and red. And we got money in the market, momentum, which means that it can push the candles in the direction of the bias, meaning if it's money in the market, it could be pushing it down. If that was bullish and it's money in the market and the momentum or the trend is heading in one direction, it could push it up. So that's all you're looking for. So right now I'm going to initiate a sell, hit play, and see how it plays out. See if I can move this out the way. That's good enough. So I hit the sell. Now let's hit play. Now, this is the MNQ. I just paused it right here real quick. Right now, it's already showing up. Now, of course, this is fast, so it wouldn't have went that fast, but it's already up $140 based off that trade. For some people, that may be their mini goal, $100 a day, depending on what you're trying to do. It hasn't hit the take profit. It is an A+ setup, which means that it's a higher chance of it hitting that TP1. I'm going to let it ride. I'm going to let it cook and see what it does. But I just want you to see what's happening in real time. Now, initially, it started off in the negative direction. So that's a time where you have to monitor your emotions. But I want you to just see what I saw before I hit sell and what you'll see before you hit sell or buy, so you can determine if this 4-point system is something that can work for you or not. If so, I look forward to working with you and seeing you on the inside. If not, no big deal. No pressure. Just want to give people a solution to the money that we lost previously by being a part of BG Wealth Sharing, the scam. That said, let's hit play again and see if it hits our TP1 anytime soon. All right, so pay attention to the profit, the number. Still got everything else intact. All right, so we lost some temporarily. It's all a paper loss. Boom, that quick in the negative. But it's only because it's jumping on a per candle basis. If you're really watching this, it wouldn't have done it like that. But these are the times where you have to manage emotions because it hasn't made it to the stop loss. The stop loss is up there to keep you from losing too much money. That's what's up there, the stop loss. So it hasn't even got in that direction yet. So sometimes that wipes people out just because they give up. Now we're back in profit, getting a little bit closer to the take profit down here. 162. We almost at the take profit. I'm gonna let it cook, see what it do. And again, this is playing a little scattered and faster than typical because I have it at a higher speed for video purposes only, educational purposes only. Boom. So I'm going to pause right here. I'm finna close it out to take the profit because that's an opportunity that you don't want to miss. When it hits your take profit, take profit. Could it go down further? Absolutely. Could it reverse and then you be out of money and then go back to the negative? Absolutely. But based on following the plan, this is what you want to do. And then later, when you want to make more money, you just increase your lot sizes or your contract sizes, not necessarily see if it can push all the way down. Sometimes you can make a strong amount of money just from that distance of whenever you put your buy all the way to the take profit. For many people, they can make a strong amount of money off of that. But in this scenario, close position. And on the right platform, it'll take your profits automatically, but hit close position and you're good to go. Now I'm gonna let it play a little bit just to see what else it does, but that's simply how it works. It's going slower when you're actually watching the market. Sometimes it's like watching paint dry. You're just trying to wait on something to happen, but taking the profits at that time positions you to not lose some of the money that's being lost in that candle, because that would have been reversing some of the profits that we just was able to take just now. So, but again, it just dropped on down. So it's even more money that was on the table. So for some people, if they had more than one contract, say you had 2 contracts instead of 1, they would have removed one off the table and let another one ride to see if it can go to TP2 and beyond. So I just wanted to show you how the system works in real time. Hopefully this helps. I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Salute to those who have already tapped in, that's jumping in and getting out of their comfort zone, because this can get you out of your comfort zone. It's like a new language. It's like looking at something that, doesn't quite make sense. But over time, it can and will. But you owe it to yourself to commit to the process. Stay plugged in, ask questions along the way, and learn how to get money from the market. Learn how to get money from the market. You have to, because otherwise, people are getting money from you in more ways than one. Mr. Smith signing out. Click the link available below so you can understand that the transfer of wealth is happening. Just got to ask yourself, are you on the right side of it? Salute.